Most founders sound exactly like the competition. If you want to be competitive in a crowded market, you can't just be better, you have to be different. I'm your host, Cameron Olds.
And I'm Dallin Merrill, and we're here to talk about how you can avoid being mistaken for your competition, differentiate your brand, and ultimately create a lasting competitive advantage for yourself in the market.
Welcome to Differentiate or Die. This episode of Differentiate or Die is brought to you by MessageOS. And by brought to you by, we mean written by.
If your team describes your product 10 different ways, your product is no longer differentiated. It's confusing, and so are your customers.
MessageOS helps big teams keep every sales deck, social caption, and support reply on message and on brand.
Clear, consistent, differentiated. Every time someone talks about you.
See how it works at protagonistcomms.co. Daryl, I have recently become concerned with the amount of hydration you have per day. Ever since you told me and ever since you ran that half marathon, I've just been like, I hope he's getting enough water. I hope he has enough electrolytes in his system every day because he is a runner and he needs to keep up his electrolytes.
I am really bad. I should have like a water bottle at my desk at all times, but I'm really, really bad at drinking water, actually.
Me too.
I drink a big cup at dinner, generally. I hate water in the mornings, and I'll have some for lunch, but that's about it. I don't drink more water than that, generally.
Why don't you like it for breakfast in the morning? What's wrong with water in the morning?
I can't drink anything but juice in the mornings. And
really?
If we don't have juice in the fridge, then I go without.
Is it a flavor thing? Like, you just need the flavor of something like fruity and juicy rather than the nothingness of water?
Yeah. Just water just does not sound good to me in the morning.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I'm not all about that. But I do like Powerade while I'm running. I love the Powerade Zero, the blue one, is I will down that drink. It is so good.
Classic.
But I heard that you are a big believer in these packets, in electrolyte packets.
I don't know who told you that, but I am a believer. So today we're talking about LiquidIV and Hydrant, and they're both electrolyte drink mixes, like single drink mixes, like for water bottles. So it's not like a Kool-Aid where you're like flavoring a gallon of water. It's just, like your running water bottle, right? And when Becca was pregnant, she got, like, her mom gave her LiquidIV, and we were always just like putting LiquidIV in her and her water and my water at the same time just to keep up on, because I'm horrible at drinking water. Same thing as you. It's not that I hate drinking water, I just don't think to. I was never the one in college to carry around my freaking Hydro Flask. I never had stickers on my Hydro Flask like everyone else. I just forgot. I just didn't drink water, And so Becca's, my wife, has gotten after me recently to you need to drink more water. So we always had LiquidIV, and I am a fan. They do taste good. They are intense because there's an unholy amount of electrolytes in there. But I am.
Does it help you drink water more? Do you feel like you drink it more when you have a flavor to it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when I know that I have a taste, a good tasting thing to look forward to, I'm much more likely to drink it. So I'll just fill up a whole water bottle, like a quarter or a third gallon, and I'll just pour LiquidIV in it, and I'll drink that all afternoon, and that's my water intake for the day. And then maybe I'll do another one at night with dinner. I'll fill it up again. So I'm trying. I've been really good lately. But both of them, LiquidIV and Hydrant, I believe, were all just kind of founded off of the idea of people need to drink more water and people need more electrolytes.
Seriously. There are so many drink flavor companies.
Yes.
It feels like every time I turn around, there's a new one. I'm like, do they all just go out of business and then another one tries to pop up? Or are they all still there and the new one just is more flashy?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. This is definitely a bloody ocean. This is a saturated market. There are so many players in this deal. So many players.
So many. And I bet we're going to see a lot of the best, or
the best for hydration.
Yes, the best rehydration companies.
Yes.
I bet you anything that's going to be on one of them.
I'm interested to see if either of these two can pull off a differentiated position. But let's start. So LiquidIV, what do you know about LiquidIV?
Well, Brenna actually got some too recently. She liked it. I don't like it. I tried a few of their flavors and none of them I've liked. So that to me is already a turnoff. But that doesn't mean you can't have good messaging, because some people still do like their flavors, like you and Brenna. You both are big believers.
When were they founded?
Yeah, so they were founded in 2012. 12 years old, 13 years old now.
Oh wow, okay.
So not too old. They were headquartered in California, El Segundo.
Nice.
And they were actually acquired by Unilever in September of 2020. So
that's a big deal.
Big acquisition from a company over in London. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Huge. Yeah.
So
that's impressive. If you can be acquired by Unilever, you've made it.
Yeah, that's actually kind of insane. So the founder's name is Brandon Cohen. And his whole thing was he was working at a baseball game. He was selling tickets for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he noticed that the baseball players were rehydrating themselves with Pedialyte, which is like a baby rehydration packet with like artificial ingredients. And so he was like, I need to create something that's clean and science-backed. Like Pedialyte isn't science-backed, Judas. I love when everyone's like, this is backed by science. And I was like, okay, I'm sure the other guys just skipped the science because, he wanted to not, he doesn't believe in science.
You know how interesting that is, though? I just want to pause for a second and say, like, kudos to Pedialyte, right? I mean, think about that messaging, right? If it's good enough for my baby, it's good enough for you.
Interesting.
Right? That's what Pedialyte is, right? It's an electrolyte company that messages itself to be safe enough for a baby to drink. Or maybe not like a super young baby. Obviously, they drink milk. But like once you're at 6 months, I believe you can start drinking more than just breast milk. And that's when some sort of electrolyte can be helpful. So good job for Pedialyte.
Yeah, good job. Moving on to Hydrant. So they were founded in 2017 by a scientist and a finance consultant. Never would have put those two together, but there you go. They're in New York. They're privately held still, but they did just raise some money. I think it was like Series A of 5.7. Wow. And their whole thing was both of them. So John Sherwin and Jai Jung Kim are the name of the founders. Both of them were like you and me, Daryl. They were chronically dehydrated. So they discovered, I think they were both working in Silicon Valley, and they discovered that medical students used clinical grade electrolyte packets to rehydrate themselves, I think was the thing. So they discovered that was kind of what was being used by the people around them, but they were unpalatable. They tasted gross. So
gross.
With their powers combined, they created a better tasting electrolyte mix that was made with real fruit juice powder and didn't have any of the artificial ingredients and sugar that so many others had. So it looks like off the gates that Hydrant is going for the real ingredient, real fruit juice, none of the reduced sugar, artificial ingredients. Looks like that's where they're going.
Okay, cool.
Should we take a look?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Okay, here is LiquidIV's website. Let's see if they are actually differentiating themselves. Oh, dang it. What is with the rotating hero banners?
Oh, my goodness.
I don't understand what the hype is about. Why does everyone do them? But essentially, we're here on liquidiv.com, and it's a rotating hero banner, same as everyone. It says 4th of July sale, $30 off, 30% off. The next one is 30% off when you subscribe. Subscribers get blah, blah, blah. And then the third banner is buy 3, get 1 free, build your own bundle. Gosh dang it. Everyone's guilty as sin with this stuff, dude. Why do they suck at just put a little message. Just put some problem language or put some product language on there. Like add some differentiation to your homepage, dude. Like especially if this is where they're coming to get your stuff. Like, God, okay. Anyway, that's my rant.
Yeah, I mean, our problem is not drinking enough water, right? Like I know it's maybe not super different, but even saying like always thirsty? Question mark.
There you go. Do you always have a headache? Do you always feel irritable?
Oh my goodness.
Is your pee the color of a blood orange? I don't know. So many different things you can do. So that's
that would be so good.
Right? Like there's so many different things you could say. Okay, so that's the hero banner up here. It's a rotating banner. Okay, here we go. Now we're into below the fold. We've got like a little animation here that says 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks, 8 vitamins and nutrients. Hang on, I like reloaded. Faster hydration than water alone, and hydration for performance, travel, heat and sun and wellness. Okay, so I would call that, you and I would call that success language, right? Like those are just features and benefits. Yeah. It's not necessarily it's not differentiation. It's not necessarily product language, because product language is all about how you're different.
Yeah. No, but it's decent. I mean, it's fine. It's something you want on your website for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would flip them. I would put this in above the fold in the hero section, and I would put whatever those those promos are. I'd put that below the fold.
Yeah, that would be a much better way. But even this shouldn't be number one. But it is better when they have above the fold.
Agreed.
Let's keep going down. Maybe the farther down we get, the more we get their hero language.
Hydration for any occasion is the H1, and then underneath that we have hydration. Okay, so these are their product lines. So hydration multiplier, sugar-free, energy, immune support in kids, faster hydration than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks. Okay, so I feel like this 3 times the electrolytes, that keeps popping up pretty consistently. I wonder if that's like they just pump 3 times the salt in there.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's a differentiating factor, I guess. Let's keep on going down.
I mean, it's a differentiator between them and maybe like Gatorade, or people want more electrolytes and less drink. I mean, because if I'm going to drink a cup of water, doesn't matter how many electrolytes are in there, I'm going to get them all.
Right. So scrolling down, the next header says our impact, hydration, that's better for you and the planet. Over 1% of revenue goes directly to our impact program. Okay, cool. So back to our Patagonia episode. Patagonia is the one that pioneered this 1% of revenue goes directly to some cause, right? They were the first ones, would you say?
No, they weren't the first ones, but they've done it really well, for sure.
Okay. I was just, everyone touts this 1% of revenue goes directly, and I'm like, well, so, I mean, I guess everyone does now. If you're a big company, you're just kind of expected to have 1%.
Yeah,
Jeez.
It is definitely, people want companies to be that way, but it's not differentiating yourselves.
No, it's not. If you did 2% of revenue, maybe. Step up LiquidIV. Scrolling down again, we've got bestsellers, hydration multiplier, sugar-free energy. Okay, so it's just their product line. Okay, cool. So I mean, on the website, it's clear, like you're getting hydrated, you're getting electrolytes, it's touting faster hydration. So I mean, for clarity, it's decent. I would give it decent.
Yeah, I would maybe give it a 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The only reason I wouldn't give it more than that is just because it's not at the front. It's not at the top.
Okay. Gotcha. There you go.
So I think, to be clear, like hydration for any occasion, that should be at the top.
Agreed. That's a decent H1. I feel like that's decent. That's like talking to your customers' desire. That's good. Yeah. We would call that hero language. Talking to your customers' desire. That's good.
I also think it's false, but that's okay. I'm not going to go to not going to go to a nice dinner and ask for LiquidIV, so it's not for any occasion. But nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I think they could do better than that.
Agreed. Okay, so let's take a look at Hydrant now. Dude, yes! Score. We got an H1 with actual messaging here. Let's go.
Oh, that's great.
Hydrate without the junk. Flavored with real fruit powder. The H2 says, refreshing flavors that you will look forward to. No stevia, ever. Okay, cool. That's lit. I dig that.
Wow. Do you think they have problem language?
Let's go down. Okay, so the next one is get your daily hydration, and then it's throwing you right into the store, so it's showing you all of the different products they have for hydration, for energy, for sleep, for immunity. Their packaging is pretty much the same. It's just bright colors.
Man, wait, go back. Wouldn't this be like a perfect place for problem language? Right? Like, hydrate. You know, show me what my problem is. Energy. You have a lack of energy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, wouldn't that be perfect to put your problem language? Sleep. Like, are you having a problem with sleep? Immunity. Are you having a problem getting sick? Like, all of those products that they have would be perfect to have some sort of problem language next to them.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. That was an opportunity. Then we go down to some decent guide language with happy customers, testimonials. That's good. That's decent. Moving on, shop by solution. Okay, this is kind of where you were talking about. It's like the positive version. Shop by solution should be like shop by problem. But like stay hydrated. This is start hydrated, stay hydrated. Is that what you think what they mean?
Maybe.
Stay hydrated, power up, rest well, stay healthy. Yep, that is totally a typo. Dang it. So, okay, decent. A swift kick in the glass. Haha, cute. Is the next header down. Okay, here's some problem language. You're busy, really busy, sometimes too busy to remember to drink water. Hey, that's me. That resonates with me. That's where we come in. So go and change the world. We'll cover the rest. Okay, that gets a little fluff, whatever. That's the only piece of problem language I'm seeing here, because the rest is it's just success language. It's features and benefits. It's not just refreshment, delicious taste, clean and simple, productive products. Interesting.
Wow.
And then we go down, accomplish the impossible. I think that's a swing and a miss for like talking about your customer's desire, accomplish the impossible. You've done it before and you'll do it again. I don't know what that means. Hydrant is the secret weapon for people who go the extra mile. See, this is where I feel like people kind of get out of their depth when messaging, because they like they want to attach their brand to like some super aspirational thing, like do the impossible and go the extra mile, when in reality the only thing that people want as it relates to their product is I just want to be hydrated.
Yeah. Completely agreed.
Backed by science. Ooh. Why choose Hydrant? Okay. Best-selling subscriptions.
Wait, can you go back to that? I mean, this should be their differentiate. This is their differentiator right here, right?
Yep.
And that's what they're showing against other drinks. So like 2 times faster than water, hydration. So like moderate hydration for sports drinks, balanced blend for electrolytes, sodium heavy and unbalanced for sports drinks. Ingredients, real fruit juice, powder, no artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors and colors for sports drinks.
Right.
For sugar, a lot less sugar as well for them.
Yeah.
Calories, less calories, taste better because it's with fruit flavors, and then convenience is okay, so you don't have to bring around bulky bottles.
Gotcha. I do think that the no artificial sweeteners, the natural fruit, that's a decent differentiator, actually.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah, I think so too.
They just need to put that. Oh, they do put it in the header.
Yeah, they do. I think it's great. I think honestly they are different and pretty clear. I think Hydrant's done a really, really good job.
I would agree, 100%. I'm actually way impressed with them. That's great.
Yeah, they definitely could clean things up. So being a little bit more clear, put some more problem language in there.
Agreed.
I think there's minor improvements on their website, but overall, when I come here, I know that I would come here if I wanted something sweeter, or sorry, not sweeter, less sugar, like all those benefits, but primarily made out of real fruit juice.
Yeah, I dig that. Do you think they're consistent? What do you think their Instagram looks like?
Let's take a look.
In their bio, it says, experience a rush of optimal hydration anytime, anywhere. Did you drink #drink Hydrant today?
Dang.
Dang it. They're not consistent. Gosh, dang it. They should have said it. They should have said it here.
It just feels like low stakes, right? Like optimal hydration anytime, anywhere. You could say that for any of these companies.
Yeah, you need to tout your differentiated factors here in your product language. It should definitely have been like real fruit juice, real fruit powder, no artificial sweeteners. Like that should be H1 front and center. Do they do it? Do they do it in their post? Hydrate like you actually care what goes into your body. That's interesting. It's not clear because they're talking about artificial sweeteners, obviously, but it's a little unclear.
Yeah, I like the visual on it.
Yeah, it's nice.
It says orange juice's worst enemy because it's like we're just as good as they are as oranges, as orange juice.
Checklist you can leave behind. Hack your routine. Feel more focused and clear-headed. Stay goodbye to midday slumps. Light, refreshing flavors. Okay, so that's good success language. That's good features and benefits. Okay. Oh, here we go. This was 5 weeks ago. No stevia, just hydration that tastes good and works. Electrolytes for quick recovery. No artificial sweeteners or stevia. Real fruit juice and powder. Okay, so they do it there. It's just not like the H1 above the fold. What does LiquidIVs look like? LiquidIV, time to hydrate. Okay. Gosh dang it. All right. Well, what do you think?
So frustrating.
What do we think? Are they clear and are they different? Let's give them a score.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to take LiquidIV on this one, and you take Hydrant.
Do it.
So for LiquidIV, I'm giving them a 2 on differentiation and a 2 on clarity. I'll give them a 4.
Give them a 4 on.
That's being generous.
On clarity.
On both, 2 and 2 for LiquidIV.
Gotcha. 2 and 2 for LiquidIV. Cool. I would give Hydrant for clarity. I'd give them a 3. Maybe a 4. I don't know. I'd give them a 3. They could be clearer. But I'd give them a 4 for differentiation. I think they just need to tout it a little more, which is why they're not clear on it. But the real fruit juice, no artificial sweeteners. That I think that's a decent differentiator. I don't know how defensible it is long term because I could imagine that LiquidIV could just turn around tomorrow and get rid of all of their artificial sweeteners if they have them in there. So I'm like,
I mean, I don't think they could. Maybe, but like people are going to be mad about the different taste. Like a new company could come in and do something similar, or LiquidIV could start making new products that are that. I mean, that's the way you can do it as well.
Yep.
But it's actually kind of hard. It's, once you have your base, people build off of that. So
I can see them introducing a new product.
I don't think it's perfect. I honestly think I'm going to pull in a wild card here and say at the beginning, we were talking about, okay, with this saturated market, what would you actually do? Mm-hmm. The best company that weren't even of these two that we talked about was Pedialyte. I didn't even see their website. I didn't even see anything, but they are the most different because they are going after a completely different market, which is kids. They even got a baseball team to use their product because they knew it was safe.
Let's check that. Because their website looks like it's a bunch of adults.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah,
that's awful.
Save your summer, beat dehydration. Okay, so same problem. Try Pedialyte electrolyte powders for the many causes of dehydration. Okay, so they've got problem language here, which none of the other ones did. Stomach bug, exercise, heat, other travel. #1 brand recommended by doctors. Know the signs of dehydration. So they're really good at problem language. But I'm not seeing, maybe they're different, but I'm not seeing.
Maybe I'm wrong, but when we were talking about hydration for our baby, it was Pedialyte that the doctor talked about.
Okay.
So I don't know, like I was under the assumption that it was like a baby, like it was.
Oh,
for
maybe it is, because if you go
kids.
here to their Instagram, it says great for kids and adults, but it also says in the baby and pharmacy aisles. So I
Yeah.
wonder if they started, because they started as for kids, right? Because Pedialyte, pediatrics.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think they've expanded out to try and capture the adult market. Which honestly, to your point, if they started with the baby and they kind of co-opted that into if it's good enough for my baby, it's good enough for me, decent growth strategy, I feel like.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I mean, I really think that is a decent way to differentiate your brand by who you're targeting. So I think that's pretty good.
What the frick is this Abbott thing here? Is this like the parent company?
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. But like this
Yeah,
is
it's on
good
almost
problem
all of them.
language. This heat
Could be the design company.
is no joke. No, they'd never allow that. This heat is no joke. That's good problem language. Did you know Pedialyte keeps you hydrated longer than water? Okay, I've seen that on all three of them. It's better than
Yep.
water. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, definitely some cool room. I think I'd agree. I think Pedialyte probably was the most interesting of all of them. If it's true that they started with kids and they've kind of used the kids to catapult them into an older market, it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, great. Thanks for joining us all today. If you guys need help differentiating your brand, reach out to us at protagonistcomms.co and we will take you from a 0 to a 10 in no time at all.
There you go. Talk to you guys later.